So I would like to offer what in my experience has been really the magic ingredient that transforms the experience of suffering into the taste of grace. So we all start out in this journey out of this amnesia that is all built upon my own personal gratification, feeling good for me, holding precedent over everything. Feeling safe for me, holding precedent over everything. But something begins to happen when you begin to wake out of your slumber. And that is a remembrance of the beauty from where all of this has come, and a remembrance of the devotion that is felt for this beauty. And then there begins the process of wearing down the amnesia, which is all about me and my immediate gratification, into something that is such a deeper calling, which is the beauty of this pure devotion out of which everything comes. What begins to be seen is that everything that the mind saw as wrong is in fact the reason why you are here. The conditioned egoic perspective is to try to change or get rid of it, and a story that this is sabotaging my personal well-being, my enlightenment, my well-being. But as there is a willingness to be still and the relationship with yourself deepens, what had been forgotten becomes more and more alive. And there is a deeper and deeper recognition of the benevolence and beauty from where all of it comes. And the depth of your commitment and devotion to this. And a recognition that the life is about meeting the amnesia. And the amnesia is all about me. And the willingness to meet the amnesia lives in this devotion to the beauty from where it is all sprung from. You realize that what the mind hates is actually your purpose. that your purpose arises out of this devotion, devotion to the beloved, devotion to all humanity. In the simple recognition of the devotion from where it is coming, there is something recognized that is so profoundly right. There is this recognition that this is the lover's battlefield. That it ceases to be about getting rid of what your mind doesn't like. But this actually is the greatest grace, honor, and challenge of the life. It is not possible to change the mechanics of the mind's interpretation of things, even though it slowly does morph because it is reflective. The battlefield is the recognition of noticing the mind's resistances, fears, judgments, whatever it is that the mind is judging or afraid of. And being the space of benevolence that in the truth you are, recognizing the beauty that you are, that came here for this very reason. The problem is not the problem, it's the purpose. When you discover the purpose, you discover the love for the role of being a true servant in this play of time and form. There begins to be this passionate relationship in the beauty of receiving what conditioning has conditioned itself to fear. And then the love that is animating all of it is felt. The unity that is animating the appearance of separation, the appearance of conflict, is felt. It is not about a resolution being needed. It is about recognizing that out of the love of this connection, that in your purity, that this has been your heartfelt mission to hold humanity in the heart of divinity. And then what was misery is discovered to be passion. Not because there is a separate character that is needing to feel passion and get out of the misery, because this has always been the nature of it. Even though it can remain from the fading experience of the separate character, that it is still interpreted as misery. but the light of the self begins permeating through the hypnosis. The deeper the recognition, the more the suffering of humanity comes down the pike. It does not get smaller, it grows. But what gets smaller until it evaporates is the suffering. And the beauty of the nature of who you are in this willingness begins to become the flavor. Whatever problem your mind may think it has, in fact, it is the offering that you have come here to be the humble, loving servant to receive. In other words, the appearance of the problem in truth is the resolution. When the mind is blaming, it is just a reflection of something that hasn't ripened if there is identification with this process. It is a recognition of something that is still asleep, that is creating its own misery because it was born out of only feeding me and what I want. But you are so much bigger. You are so much bigger than the mind can even begin to imagine. It's really sweet when openings are really huge. They come and go. It's in the trenches. It's when the arrogance of conditioning is being eroded away. Whether you are aligned with the mind's resistance, or whether there remains this humble intention to receive the grace, and the grace is eventually recognized to be yourself. It's not that you have changed, it's that you've woken up to yourself. Out of the purity of who you are, there has always been the willingness. Willingness is not even the right word, passion, to come in as a vehicle, to hold the space out of this love that you are for all of the things your mind tells you is wrong in the issue. Once you truly begin to recognize this, it's the end of suffering. The end of the challenge, it is not. But the end of the suffering, it is. And the birth of a recognition of this inherent beauty that you are begins to reveal itself. What is it that it takes? It does not take a doing. It is not a doing. It is humility. The willingness to release the clutched fist of the position that the conditioned mind has taken. Not for the conditioned mind to change its position, but it is your clutched fist around it, the identification around it. It takes enormous humility to just let that go. And then, like the Ribugita, then you find yourself on the holiest of battlefields, not against someone, but in recognition that the identification with my position has actually all along been the creator of the battle. And the humility that it requires to let go of the clenched fist.